Welcome back, everyone. And I'm super excited about bringing on my next guest. We're live on Facebook, so I do like to say hi to everybody every time we come back on the show with everybody. I have with me now Annette and Michael Aurelio, and they are the owners. They're the owners of Smooth Transition, the Valley. And I want you to tell everybody a little bit about. Now, listen up, everyone, because it could be that you're moving. Mm-hmm. But it could be that you might have somebody who's special needs, you're maybe aging in place, and we need to have a little extra help. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourselves and what you do and what makes you different than like a regular moving company.
All right. So, again, my name is Annette Aurelio, and we are move managers, and that is different than movers. We manage all of the details of the move. So if you have Cox Cable and you need that transferred to your new home, we can do that. If you need to sort through your items and figure out what to take with you, we can do that. We do a floor plan, pack everything up, move it all, unpack it, put it all away, organize everything. You won't get that with a regular mover. They just put it on a flat surface. And then we hang the pictures. They don't do that either. We make the bed before we leave. You'll never get a mover to do that.
I'm calling you.
And we set up the electronics. So, if you have a TV or a computer, it needs to be hooked up to internet. We take whatever you had and we redo that at your new house.
Well, what you do is what I love is that you help people who, it could be very overwhelming. It doesn't mean we always think about people when that are doing this. I've always talked to you and say, well, is it only for seniors? And you'll say, no, go ahead.
No, it's not for seniors. We will help anyone who has a need. We've worked with veterans, people that are disabled, or just parents that are overwhelmed between work and multiple kids and just they don't have the time to do the planning, and that's where we come in because we're familiar with the logistics involved in moving. We have the connections with the various movers that can meet certain needs. Some of our movers will just move the boxes and then we take care of the rest. Some of them will move the boxes and rearrange the furniture afterwards if they're not pleased with the initial placement of it. They'll hang a television if they need a television hung on the wall, things like that, where, a regular, most of your average movers, they just say, okay, where do you want it? We'll drop it there. Bye. See ya. Where's my check?
Well, what I love is what I'm writing down now is they do what others do not. Mm-hmm. Other movers do not do these things. Now, I want to talk a little bit about people who are seniors. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because you are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And when people work with seniors, that they're a special class. They kind of are. I am one, so thank you for that. But the reason why I say this is because they want to make sure that they can rely on the people that they're calling. And I want them to tell them a little bit about, the groups that you belong with, so that they can trust who they're calling.
Okay, Arizona Movers Association, which is specific to Arizona. It's a group of movers that specialize in moving people the right way. National Association of Senior Move Managers, which is a organization that was formed by the former owner of Smooth Transitions, specializing in seniors and senior needs, because she moved a lot of seniors. She was a senior herself and says, hey, I can't do this, but I know it needs to get done. And then the Better Business Bureau will only approve. A lot of things that people don't know about the Better Business Bureau is you can't just get yourself on the Better Business Bureau. They have to reach out to you based upon your reputation in the business, and they invite you. You don't call them and say, hey, I want to get on your website. I'm A+ rated. They call you and they vet you, and before they put you on, and if you have any complaints against your organization, you have to settle that in an accommodating manner. You have to be willing to accept the fact that you did something wrong if you did something wrong and make it right.
There's a reason why they are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and when you call them and talk to them, you will know why. And they also are people that you can trust. A lot of people have their family members that live here, maybe your mother, father, whatever, and they are older, and they live here and you don't. You can call them and you know you're going to work with somebody who's reputable, somebody who you can trust. This is important. And their phone number to call, it's area code 602-794-5455. The website, listen up everybody, it's movingsuresucks.com. And let me tell you, it really does. And it doesn't matter how old you are, how small amount that you have, when you got to move, you know it sucks. Okay? And so they can help you. And this is what I love about this. You call yourself moving managers. Let's talk about seniors for a minute, okay? Because you do so much for them. And one of the things that I love that I've heard you say over and over again, that when you come in there, you will assist them. What do you take, what we're not going to take? Let's talk a little about that.
Okay, so we measure all the furniture based on what they wish they could take with them. A lot of times they wish they could take more than will actually fit. So we make a priority list, what's most important to them. We measure the furniture. We have a computer program that Mike puts everything into and sets up, and so he knows whether or not things are going to fit. And then we had a client just recently who we did the floor plan for, and we said, yeah, that chair's not going to fit. And they said, well, let's try. And we got to the house, and the chair didn't fit and had to go back.
Yeah, I bet you they want. But there are certain things they want, and it's not like you said no, so let's try. But the thing is that they know. This is the thing that I've heard what you just said. It is a computer program that you have that you can figure out what's going to fit and what's not going to fit. I'm calling you for sure, because that's the one thing everyone knows when they go to buy or get into another place. They have buyer's remorse because they're thinking, my bedroom's not going to fit, my bedroom's not going to fit. They don't have to worry about that anymore.
Right.
Let's go ahead.
A lot of times they have stuff other than furniture.
Oh, sure.
And so they'll say, oh, well, there's the same number of doors in my kitchen cabinets as there are in the kitchen cabinets in the place I'm moving to. And they're moving into one of the communities, the 55-plus apartment communities. And we'll say, yes, but the cabinets aren't as tall, the shelves aren't as tall, they're not as deep either, so it's not all going to fit. So we try to get them to understand that they need to bring the things that they use every day. So the things that are sentimental, some of those can come, but not all of it.
Now, you know, because it looks a little bit deceiving, because once you open it up, then it's a little bit different. But they'll help you. That's what's really nice with that. They also can do the packing and unpacking for you. I love that right there. Go ahead and tell them that.
Oh, yeah. So that's one of the things that we do is we'll come in and we'll pack every single thing, everything that's going with you. All the dishes, we'll make it there in one piece, I promise. All their specialties, they have something that's expensive or something that has highly sentimental value. We make sure that that's packed, extra special, padded.
You put your heart into it like as if it was yours.
We do, and like I'm moving my grandmother.
Absolutely. And you know what I love about them is that you can trust them. This is something that's so important. I mean, anybody can use them. We know that. But a lot of times seniors tend to, because they are downsizing and things like that. Did you want to say something before I go? Well, you know what? We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we are going to talk a little bit further on this. But the main thing is that what you want is for somebody who can help you like this. They do what movers just certainly don't. Other movers do not do anything like they do. You can call them, and they are reputable people. Put this number in your phone. Maybe you need it now. Maybe you might need it soon. You do not know. Their phone number is 602-794 5455. The website is movingsuresucks.com. And you know what I love too about them is that when you I think what you like to do is you are very patient with your people. You are kind, you are there, because there's a lot of people that may or may not be able to make that decision. Like, what do I want to take or not? Tell them like that.
It's easy to be patient with people that I don't have to go home with. Do you know what I mean?
I certainly do. And you know what's really nice, though? When you have somebody like that that's helping, when you are the son or daughter of, and your parent is saying, don't you tell me I can't. This is different. They're here to help, and that's what they do. Their phone number, again, is 602-794-5455. It's movingsuresucks.com.
Hi, I'm Randy Courtney, broker-owner of Weichert Realtors, Courtney Valley. Well, we're in the Valley for over 37 years. We handle all your residential needs. If you're thinking about making a move, call me for an expert broker price opinion. Find out what to do to your home to maximize its value. You'll be surprised at what you'll learn and well worth the time with me. I will tell you what most agents will not. Call me today at 480-705-9600. At Courtney Valley White Properties, we handle your real estate needs, big or small. We handle them all.
Do you have a parent, grandparent, or loved one who needs some extra help? Senior Helpers has spent 16 years helping seniors continue to live at home as they age. Do you have a loved one needing help with grocery shopping, meal preparation, or even help taking a shower? Call Senior Helpers today at 480-621-6672. We specialize in helping seniors with Alzheimer's and dementia, Parkinson's disease, and other chronic illnesses to stay at home. You can find us online at seniorhelpers.com or at 480-621-6672.
Would you like to come on my radio show and talk about what you do? I'm Carol Blonder, the host of Networking Arizona. I created a show where you can get yourself heard by thousands of listeners. You also get a podcast of the show so you can put it on your website. Call me and book your spot at 602-228-4629. Get the word out about what you do. Visit my website, networkingarizona.net.
Join Carol Blonder weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1100 KFNX.
What if I told you that getting Medicare coverage doesn't have to be a complicated process? Are you tired of being confused with the many coverage options available to you with Medicare? At Tapestry Insurance Group, let us help by taking the confusion and complication out of your Medicare options so you can get the coverage you need. Some available plans have no additional premium and may help lower your out-of-pocket costs. There's never a cost for a consultation with one of our licensed agents, so don't delay. Contact us at 602-541-7656 or visit tapestryinsurancegroup.com.
Are you tired of dealing with incontinence? Do frequent trips to the bathroom keep you up at night? Sudden urges when you laugh, cough, or sneeze? VJuve's non-invasive treatments for men and women are covered by insurance, Medicare, and FDA approved, making them accessible to everyone. Say goodbye to discomfort and embarrassment, and hello to a happier, healthier you. With several locations throughout the Valley, there's one nearby. Why wait any longer? Schedule your complimentary treatment today at stopthep.com or call 480-593-5400. Let VJuve make you a better you.
KFNX Cave Creek.
If we could get you a price that would make you really happy, would you sell your company? I'm Charles Beck, and I sold my Arizona business with WCI Broker last year, and they got me millions in less than 6 months. I was so thrilled, I joined the firm. With over 5,000 successful sales and more than 40,000 registered buyers, I know WCI Broker can get you top dollar. So if you're ready to make a career change or even just retire, call 602-795-2005 or visit WCIBroker.com and pay nothing till WCI turns your business into cash.
If I traded it all, if I gave it.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking about people who are moving managers. And I want to talk a little bit about what this is, because at the break we've been talking a little bit on Facebook land over there, but we've been talking a little bit about what that is, and a lot of people don't know. So go ahead, I'm going to let you talk a little bit.
A lot of people, when you have to move, I mean, you've got companies like U-Haul or Penske where they'll rent you a truck, and then you can go to that same company that you rented a truck from, and you can tell them, hey, I need a couple people to move some boxes for me. And they will let you hire them out for a certain amount of dollars per hour, and they will show up on site and they'll load your truck. And then when you get to your destination, they will unload your truck. But that's all they're going to do.
Right.
They're going to come, they're going to do the heavy lifting for you, bring it from point A to point B, unload it. And then they're going to walk away after you pay them, of course. We've run across some clients that their relatives come in and say, well, I could have done this cheaper here, or I could have done it cheaper with U-Haul and a couple of guys that we hired through U-Haul. And they don't understand the concept behind move management. We don't just pick up the boxes and drop them in one location and walk away. We come in and we help to determine what needs to get packed. We help them pack it, because senior citizens, especially if you're over 70, 75 years old, you can't pack all that stuff.
No, it's hard.
You don't have the ability, physical stamina. I mean, I'm only in my 60s and I'm starting to have problems with my hands. Mm-hmm. So, you can't do all that yourself. So we bring our team in and we help you to do what you can't do. And if you get emotional about something, we'll stop and say, it's okay. I know you have an attachment to this. Is there any way that we can capture this for you? Maybe take a photo of it or give it to a relative so that they might have some appreciation for it. We had a client recently that had passed, and the nephew wanted the 150-year-old rocking chair that his aunt used to rock in sent to his cousin. We called the company to come and crate it up. I mean, they crated this thing up and padded it and everything, and it looks like a wood crate that you would see on the dock somewhere, and it's sitting in my garage waiting for the freight company to come and pick it up to send it to his cousin in another state, because that's something that's important to the family. Unfortunately, the young lady passed away, but the family is still around, and they're just as important as the person that we're taking care of. If the person didn't pass away, but it's someone who just needs help moving, your family is involved in your move, they're just as important as you. It's not all about just picking up boxes and dropping them off and then walking away. You can call a company that'll do that for you, but you're going to be disappointed.
Well, here's the difference, too, because you might be downsizing, and that is where you come in big time, because if you are, and you need to figure out what can I take, what can't I take, they have a software program that they're going to go ahead and make sure that what you take is going to fit in there, and they're going to let you know beforehand what you can't or what you probably won't work, right?
Right.
No other moving company is going to do any of these things that we talk about that you do. You even sit with them. And because there's some people who literally have a little bit of hard time with figuring out, I don't know if I could do that. I don't want to let that go.
I think most of the time when seniors don't move and don't downsize, it's because they're overwhelmed with what to do with everything. So we had one that moved from 1,500 square feet to 750 square feet. That's a huge difference. And they had, our movers took stuff to about 5 different places. So they, some of it went to their new apartment, some went to a daughter, some went to a son, some went to storage, and some went to be sold. So, they just loaded the trucks and dropped everything off where it needed to go. So it's not like we just go from one place to another place. We'll disperse it however it needs to be dispersed.
Do you do a free consultation with people, so when they call you, you got to talk to them, you have to figure out what they're planning on doing, and then you come in and you kind of talk to them? How does that work?
They call us and let us know that they have a need, and a lot of times when they call you right away, they want you to give them a quote on the phone, and that's not something we can readily do because we have to see what needs to be moved. What do you want to take with you? Where are you moving from? Where are you going to? How big is it where you're at? How big is it, or how small is it where you're going to? And if you have a vehicle, are you taking the vehicle or are you selling the vehicle? Do you have possessions in the house that you want to keep, or it's not all going to fit and you have enough for an estate sale, or you want it to go to consignment? There's so many different things. So what we do is we come in, we make an appointment with them, and then we come and we sit with them. Our initial consultation is free, always free. And we'll sit with them for an hour. Sometimes it takes longer than an hour to determine what needs to be done. And then we set up a schedule. Sometimes they're getting quotes from several different companies, and that is expected. You want to get quotes from several different companies. And then when they say, yeah, okay, we're ready to do this, and they give you a deposit. Usually we work off of a 25% deposit when we give them a price and they accept it. And then we set up a schedule. And a lot of times some people say, well, you just come in on one day, pack me up and move me the same day. Not a preferred way to move, because you will run into situations where they're going to get emotional, and that's going to cause delays. And then if we move them, pack them, move them, unpack them all on the same day, you're going to have a very long day. Because we're going to have to get there super early to pack up, and then get the movers there mid-morning to physically move the stuff, and then we'll be there till 7, 8 o'clock at night. Nobody wants to work a 15-hour day.
No, and on top of that, this is something different. This is not this having somebody take the boxes and bring them over, drop them off, and that's it. No, this is quite a different experience, and they're here to help you make your life easier. You don't have to be a senior. You just can be also moving. You've done a lot of people that just don't want to deal with it. They're working, they're busy, right? Special needs. We've talked a lot about people like that. And of course, the seniors. You also offer 10% off discounts for veterans,
That is
which is
correct.
also something that you do. I'm going to try and get it all in here. And, they also do floor planning. So I'm sorry, there's no way that any other moving company is going to do that too. Let's talk about that real quick.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's we just take the computer floor plan. We take their floor plan that's for the new community. They have measurements on the walls. We scan it into the computer. The computer makes the floor plan work, and then we just measure the furniture items and make little blocks with the furniture items on the floor plan. And of course, we label them all so they know what they're looking at when and then we'll take it to them and ask them if it looks right to them, and if they would rather have their room switched around or something like that, we can do that on the spot.
Can you imagine having somebody that not only was going to be there for you to help you pack, to help you make sure that what you're going to be bringing is going to fit, to help you decide what should we bring, what shouldn't we bring, helping you with maybe you want to have somebody just do all the work for you, right?
Right, and they can pick and choose, that we don't have to do all of those things. So some people want us to pack and move, but they want to do their own unpacking because they want to organize it the way they envision it, and they want to do it a little at a time so that they can, kind of get used to it. We had one guy that was almost blind that didn't want us to unpack because then he'd never be able to find anything.
Isn't that interesting?
We brought everything in and we staged it, all lined it up so that it was in order that he needed to unpack it, and then let him do what he wanted to do. And we came back and picked up the boxes when he was done.
I also have heard you say that there are people that they're used to what they have. Mm-hmm. And that you try and keep the way that it is where they're living, especially if they have to downsize now, somewhat similar to what they're from what they're going from to what they're going to.
Right. So if they walked into their living room and their couch was on the left and the TV was on the right, then we try to set it up that way. And even if the TV hookup isn't on the right, the communities will switch it around so that they can have it the way they want it.
Mm. And also, they will also hang pictures, right?
Oh, we do, yep. And we'll even come back and hang pictures. So, sometimes they want to think about where those pictures are going to go for a little while. So a gentleman we moved last week, we're going tomorrow to hang his pictures.
I got to tell you, if you are moving, I don't care what, why would you not want to have somebody do all of this anyway? So many people, the busy people out there. I know we talk a lot about seniors, right? But listen, if you're a busy person and you've got to move, you've got several children and they're young, and you don't want to deal with that, right? You want to make sure that you could call somebody like this. They do what other movers don't. Everything. That's soup to nuts, basically. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have a lot of professional couples, young people, that, the husband and wife are both out there working. And some of them, depending on the level of their business, they're working 10, 12, 14 hours a day. They come home, their bed and their kitchen are the first rooms they visit when they come home. They go to the kitchen, they grab a bite to eat, and then they go to their bedroom, they get ready, and they go to bed. And then they get up in the morning, and it's the same thing all over again. And then they've got to move because their lease is up, or they're planning a family, and they just don't have the room. Job change. But they're still working. Don't have time to do all this packing and stuff.
I'm telling you, folks, moving sure sucks. It really does, and we all know that. And this is an easy website for you to remember. You can put this phone number in your phone because maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that you know. Maybe you're listening and you're out of state and your family lives here, your mother or father lives here. You don't. These are people that you can count on. They're reputable people, and it's not a moving company. They call themselves moving managers, and if you've never heard of them, now you do. And if you don't know about it and you want to tell someone about it, that's what networking is all about. You can call them direct and put this number in your phone. Maybe you need it now, maybe you don't know when you're going to need it, but now you know you can have this number in your phone. Their phone number is 602-794-5455. They're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and let me tell you something, when you talk to them, you're going to surely know why. Again, that website is movingsuresucks.com.